Morning, I'm Lynn, and here's what's happening at Ewetopia Farms today.
I couldn't leave the hay, so I'm going to take it off. This is third cut.
This is the problem with farms. Cats. Oh no, vultures in the lamb pasture.
We're round baling hay today, which I said we wouldn't do anymore. But this barn alone here is pretty well eating a round bale a day.
So let's get started.
Arnie again, and I said I would not be cutting any more hay, and I think it's last day in September. This field was supposed to be plowed down for corn next year, and yeah, I couldn't leave the hay, so I'm going to take it off. This is third cut. It's not super heavy, but it's definitely worth cutting. Yeah, I thought it wasn't hay anymore, but oh well. Maybe it'll be a mistake, but we'll see how this goes. It's drying pretty good today. They're saying 2 weeks of real good weather, so we'll see what happens.
We ran out of plastic wrap because Arnie's got to wrap hay. And I see our farm is not the only one having problems with cats. This is Corey Doyle's farm, and look at, he's got way more colors. Hi! You guys are just lovely! And but these ones are all friendly too. Hi you guys, you look hungry. Oh my goodness. Oh, I know, and you look like Alexander. Hi. Oh my goodness, how come you guys got so friendly? Hi. Oh my, you look like Alexander. You could be his brother. Maybe you are his brother. Maybe our cats came from here. Because Doyle's live a road behind us. Quite a ways, but hi, sweetheart. So friendly. You guys. Are you guys hungry? Are you guys hungry? Are you hungry? I'll get you some food if you want some. I'll get you some if you want some. Hi, did you guys want some? Okay, I'll get you some. Probably kill me, but I just fed them all. I couldn't stand it. And they're hungry. A little more hungry than ours. But they're all friendly. Yeah, I'm guessing maybe some wandered from here to our place. Maybe cats wander. When we left the farm, Max was barking like crazy. And when we drove by our house, the barns, there was about 5 vultures behind the barn. And that means there is something dead behind the barn. So when we go back, I don't think it can be a sheep because we shouldn't have any sheep out in that pasture. But it could be a cat, it could be a raccoon. I'm trying to think who went missing today, and I'm kind of thinking I didn't see Slade, so I hope it's not Slade. I hope something didn't happen to him. But yeah, this is the problem with farms. Cats. I've got some really cute golden retrievers. Hi. And Corey Doyle. You guys know Corey because he's helped us out with baling and stuff in the past. So this is Corey's dad's place. And Corey has a home at the front of the farm, on this farm. Never a good sign. Something's dead there. I don't see anything.
Walk up to the fence, but they're going to fly out. So see if you can and I'll go and check.
I don't see anything there.
Yeah, I'm going to go and check.
This is the paddock where we had the lambs, but since we've had breeding, there's been no sheep out here. And for them to be here just now, something recent happened here. I take it whatever was there has been eaten, because Arnie can't find anything. So usually you'll find something wherever there's vultures, especially that many sitting on a post. But the only animal I saw missing today was Slade. Tommy's been missing a long time, so won't be Tommy.
Unless there was something dead in the barn.
So we couldn't find anything, so hopefully Slade's there in the morning. Because I don't, even though he's new, I was kind of fond of that one. And while we were out here, it was time to toss out the old stuff and give him some new hay. So Arnie's just shoveling out the drakes for bedding, and we'll roll another one out for them. Or he will. As fall is setting in, we noticed when we were walking to the barn, our vine that grows on the silos is looking really beautiful right now. It's only just started growing up this tall. It had a hard time reaching this height, and then this year it figured out how to get a little bit higher, and it's looking beautiful. So we thought we'd show you that. Just one more thing I wanted to add. I don't know if you recall Arnie was talking about making something with the broken spring from the baler. Well, he said for a Christmas present, but it was actually an anniversary present. And here it is. It's really, really heavy. This is metal. The legs are a metal thing from a cow brush. The green thing is the spring that he glued together and fixed. Then he put 2 end caps on either end. And then he put screws for antennas and a piece of tubing and a screw for his tail. And then when he brought it in, I put all the markings and the face on it. And eventually, when we have time, you know the giant flower on the barn? The one he made a few years ago for Christmas. That one. We're somehow going to attach the caterpillar to the flower. So stay tuned. So don't let anyone tell you that scrap stuff should be thrown away. There's always a use for stuff.
Well, the sheep are just going out for their night little grazing before they stop. I don't even think they're hungry. I think they're just going out because they're bored. But anyways, I said I wasn't going to wrap any more hay. October 1st. I got all these bales here. 24 of them here ready to wrap right now before it gets dark. And 2/3 of the field is still, 2/3 of the hay is still in the field yet. It'll be wrapped tomorrow because it gets dark so early right now. I think it's a little after 5, and it'll be dark here in about an hour and a half. So, Lynn says supper is not being made yet. So I'm going to start wrapping bales, I guess, while I have time. And I'll wrap the hay until dark. And then I'll feed the sheep, and we'll move on farther after that. So anyways, I better get moving.
As Arnie came outside to get his wrapping done, all the ewe lambs decided that it was really interesting out there, so they spent quite a while at the gate, at the fence there, watching Arnie and enjoying the weather outside. Because it really is beautiful at night these days, these evenings. But then all of a sudden, someone said, "It's time to go in, girls." And as a group, they all decided to go for it.
Just fed them their other half a bale this morning, half a bale tonight. This might be gone in the morning. Yeah, people might wonder people might wonder why we make so many round bales. But this barn alone here is pretty well eating a round bale a day. All these sheep that are being bred. There's Big Buddy there. I was a little worried about how much weight he would lose if he would be a hard keeper. But he's actually really hasn't lost any weight at all. He lost a little bit of weight at first, and now he's been putting it back on. So, but yeah, like I say, this barn eats about a bale of hay per day, almost. Maybe you can get a little more in a day, but pretty about a bale a day. And we're feeding, so this barn's a bale a day. We're feeding 3.5 barns full of sheep. So you can do the math on that, and you can understand why we're making so many bales. Yeah, so they're quite husky sheep, and they can pack back the food. But anyways, we're round baling hay today, which I said we wouldn't do anymore, but we're doing it again. My old man always said, hay in the barn is like money in the bank when you have that bad year, eh? But actually, after today, there's actually no more hay at all to bale, so I have to quit. So I gotta bale one more day tomorrow. I'm thinking there's gonna be about 40 bales probably come off tomorrow and we're done. So we just fed this barn too. They eat about, this barn here eats about 2/3 of a bale of hay a day. So yeah, you can do the math on that, why we take so much hay off. And we're basically right now, we're inside the barns right now, indoors. There's still grass out in the field, but all our replacement lambs are grazing those fields, and they're not growing back. I don't know, you look at the UK and seems to be the fields are growing back this time of year, but in Canada the grass is pretty well shutting down. Not much grass, not much regrowth. So it's real late tonight for me because I was wrapping hay there an hour ago yet. So, oh geez, Tiny, you want to go back in the barn? Tiny, hey meow, hey Tiny, Tiny, Tiny. This is what me and Tiny looks like. Oh, I guess it's not Tiny. She's being quite the little character, aren't you? Okay, we'll put you in the barn. So I'm gonna call that a night. Hope everything goes good tomorrow with no breakdowns, and we're gonna get that baled. Baled up around. The rest of the field's already raked, and the hay is quite moist, so it's not really drying too good. Tomorrow's the 2nd of October, so it's not really your typical hay weather. So it's all raked already. We're gonna bale it tomorrow, get it home and get it wrapped before dark, hopefully, and then we're done. So on that note, I think we'll call that a night. Support the channel, subscribe, give it a like, pass it to a friend. Really appreciate that. Lynn does and I do, and we're trying to keep this program going. And I'm sorry it's a little boring right now, but we're just basically cleaning up a little bit. We gotta do a little bit of work with some sheep in a couple days, and I think my beans are probably about 2 weeks away. All the beans are gonna be coming off. And then shortly after that, we're taking off the corn. We're going to refill our own bin up. My bin is only got about 7 feet of corn left in the bottom. So I'm not going to debate whether I'm going to sell that off or just refill the top of the bin right on top with some fresh corn for the sheep tonight. And tomorrow, if I get done baling hay, I'll tell you what my outcome is and how many first cut, second cut, and third cut, and I'll explain to you when we're going to feed those different types of hay, because there is a plan when we're going to feed the first. Right now we're feeding first cut, when we're going to start feeding second, and when we're going to feed third. Talk to you tomorrow about that if I get done, and I'll tell you all the bales I made this year. Last I checked, we're over 1,600.